fears of tripping on pop.
Be there! Scour the spaceways! Explore vast alien worlds!
Tin right here contains the whole rigmarole.
I used to smoke about an ounce of hash every day.
Good.
And it made me go a little bonkers.
Maybe if I occupy his mind with more duties, I can control his space.
Hi.
Big fat doobies.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hot Box Day, Saturday, September 12th, 2020, episode 212. I'm Matt. That's Grand. What's up, Grand?
What's up, buddy? How you doing today?
Good, man. Smoky for sure out here on the West Coast. PN Dub just getting blanketed with the smoke.
Yeah, I hear it's getting pretty bad out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely apocalyptic looking. Also joining us, we got Dabba the Hut. Did we get Dabba in here? What's up, Dabba?
Oh, how's it going, guys? I'm here. I'm out in Washington, and it's starting to get real smoky out here in the sky.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You're out that way too, huh?
Yeah.
PN Dub, sound off. Holler if you hear me. Hell yeah. Hotbox.earth. That's the website. Hotboxpodcast.com. That'll take you to all of our episodes and links to all of our stuff. We got a YouTube video and, of course, the RDAB subreddit and the Discord where we stream this show every Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific through. We'll start things off. I'm curious, where did Dabba come from? All of a sudden, you were just like killing it with these videos on the subreddit. And like, yeah, tell us about that. That's cool, man.
So like, I kind of got like just tired of like general social media, like Facebook, Instagram, all that. Like, I just got tired of it, but I still wanted like something to like scroll through mindlessly, but also like, post something on every once in a while. So I found r/dabs. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll post a video on here. And then like, some people started giving me shit, and then a lot of people started to like it. And then one day on a video, someone commented and was like, has anyone ever called you Dabba the Hut? And I was like, no, but now I want everybody to.
That's awesome. What were people...
Dabba the Hut actually came from an insult first.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it might have been an insult, it might have been a joke, but either way, like, it stuck. Like, I like it. It's funny. It's good. It's fitting.
What were the people hating on? Like, was it you or like your rigs or what you were doing? Like, where?
Whatever they could find an excuse for. First, it was, oh, you're doing it too hot, and then it was my bong was too big, and then it was just me in general, you know, trying to insult me as a person. And then once none of that worked, it became this big controversy of, oh, you're posting too much. We're tired of seeing you every day. It's like, you can just block me or you can just scroll past me. Yeah. There's no excuse to be acting like a dick on a subreddit for people doing dabs.
Well, yeah, and like, if people didn't post, like, Reddit would be pretty fucking boring. I mean, like, if there's no post to look...
website.
Exactly. Like,
that's my whole excuse is, like, if all people did was like post like pictures of dabs or like, oh, just here's a picture or here's a close up of my banger every single post, that would get really boring too.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
yeah, like, absolutely.
There's a whole other subreddit for that. That's what Cannabis Extract is for. It's for people that don't want to see like the videos and all that stuff. Go to the other one. Like, yeah, there's just too much complaining.
I think too, like, just the climate that everyone's in right now, like, people are extra on edge. And so, I mean, people are still dicks regardless, but I think people are extra dicky right now just because, like, you can't go outside or you got to put a mask on, or there's people not wearing masks coughing on you, or there's smoke everywhere so you can't even go outside. It's just been like one thing after another, and I feel like
everybody's in crisis mode.
Yeah, exactly. And like, without these communities, I mean, think of what you would be doing. Like, you would just be sitting there even more bored than you already are. So then to come to a community like that and be like, oh, fuck this kid, he's posting too much. It's like, okay, how about you just...
Matt, isn't that like when and kind of why we started the podcast? It was like during the whole pandemic thing going around, and we're like, Matt's like, I got this podcast. You guys want to do it up with me? And we're like, yeah, we ain't got shit else to do.
Yeah, for real. Everyone was like working from home and shit, and like, I mean,
You smoking, you make me want to
What
dab
else
already. It's not even time yet.
yeah, for real. That and the fact that like I think it became a real huge thing when the quarantine first started, because like dab sessions went from all the time to like very minimum because nobody wanted to get
Yeah,
sick.
there's
or,
no more public dab sessions
yeah,
going
so
on.
to have a place like this that you can either come in and have like an actual real-time sesh in one of the voice chat rooms, or just make a video up on Reddit and then like everybody looks at it and comments on it. It's basically like our version of virtual seshing at this point.
That's kind of how it was. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
And that's kind of how it was for me too, because like I just recently, like at the beginning of the pandemic, like back, I want to say in May, like shortly after I got laid off and everything, I moved from Michigan all the way to Washington. And like, so I've been like, my only friends are my partner's friends. Like, I don't have too many people of my own that I can just hit up, like, without it being weird, just saying like, hey, you want to come over and, dab out?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, damn, you
So,
moved from
like-
my neck of the woods, huh?
yeah, I moved from Mount Pleasant, Washington, right in the center of Michigan, or Mount Pleasant, Michigan, sorry.
Okay.
Right in the center of Michigan, all the way out here to Washington. So like, yeah, my partner's friends are cool and all, but like, I don't have too many of my own. So like, that was another like draw of why I like the subreddit so much, is because like, it's like, you don't need people in person to get stoned with. You just go in there, you'll see a few videos that will make you want to do a dab of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
cool. It's always like what I check right after work and shit, because usually I'm just like taking bong rips and shit at work, but we don't really dab while we're working. It's just too much shit involved. But like when I come home and then I'm like, oh shit, there's people in the sesh, time for a dab. It's cool. It's a cool thing that is happening now. I like it.
Yeah, everybody's able to stop by, hang out, and voice chat for a minute, take a dab. Which,
Yeah.
damn it, now I really want to dab even more.
I know he's
God.
got to wait 10 minutes.
I gotta wait 11 more minutes, and I'm counting the seconds.
He has to wait 12 minutes.
Literally have cap and torch in hand. I'm a crack fiend.
That's awesome. So what were you doing? What did you get laid off from? What kind of work were you in?
I'm a cook. I've been just line cooking different restaurants for the past couple of years. I was doing IHOP for a while there in Michigan, and now that I'm here, I actually just got offered a job recently at Cheesecake Factory. So
Oh.
Hell yeah.
yeah,
I love me
Okay,
some
you,
cheese.
y'all can say what you want. Like, I know, like, IHOP has, like, the jokes about it and shit, but IHOP is fucking fire sometimes. Like, you go down there and just smash some goddamn pancakes. Oh,
yeah, dude. It's perfect for when you're either really stoned, or really hungover. Like,
Yeah, Waffle Houses and IHOPs and Denny's sometimes. I've seen some crazy shit go down
Denny's
at
are pretty
Denny's at
decent,
like
too.
2 a.m. Oh, hell yeah.
oh, that's funny as shit.
Well, that's cool, man. Are you still seeing like a bunch of hate, or is that pretty much gotten taken care of?
it's like way less than like the appreciation I get. Like, people, like, whenever someone does try to like send some sort of hate like publicly on a comment, it usually just gets like downvoted to shit. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't get received well because like, and like, I'm not like bragging about clout or anything like that, but like, people enjoy what I do in the subreddit. So like, the more people like talk shit about it, the more people enjoy it.
I also appreciate your comments to the people that were like, fuck the haters. It's like, no, we don't have to fuck the haters. I mean,
Oh shit.
we can be nice and positive and still like,
Right.
do what we're
Still
doing.
not
That's-
agree.
Yeah.
That's the
God
whole
forbid.
point. That was the whole point of what I was trying to do in the first place.
So you're
Like,
doing
okay.
you're doing a YouTube channel coming up?
Yeah.
Tell us what do you
Yeah.
got planned for that? That's cool.
So like, the first video is just like an intro, just like, hey, this is, my YouTube channel. Here's a couple dabs. Like, please subscribe. This is what I want to do. But like, I figure I already have like a small little following on Reddit. that I can transfer over to YouTube. And it's just, I just want to do like just random dab stuff, like stuff for like beginner dabs, like, you know, like how-tos, educationals, like why this is wrong, why this is right, why some of the science behind, or quote unquote science behind weed and wax just is completely fucking made up.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
true.
random misinformation out there.
Oh yeah, but I also want to do like fun stuff, like challenges, like how many dabs I can do in a row, or like I also want to do like fan involvement, like, you know, like bring people on to do dabs on my channel too.
Nice.
I'm also really into music, so I have like a lot of people I want to like involve with that, like on the music side.
Oh yeah.
Right. That sounds pretty
just
cool.
Like a lot of random stuff. There's this guy that I used to follow years ago that I just found again. His name was Matthias710.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube.
The
and
nose dab kid.
Like that's like a small idea, just like without the extremely hot dabs all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which there is something to be said about the temperature taken from dabs, which is what we're trying to do while we dab. I know. I'm a nerd though. It's what I do. I just break shit down.
No, it's totally fine with like temperatures and all that. Like, it's like like ever since I started Reddit and stuff, I've switched over to the cold starts and, you know, taking better care of bangers and stuff. But like, I'm sorry, I can't cold start like a gram dab. It just doesn't work that way.
Oh yeah, no. And you can't have every single dab perfect. Nothing is perfect. It's shit's gonna be fucked up sometimes.
I mean, you could spend $1,200 on an index and have every dab perfect, but other than that, I feel like you're definitely having some variation in there.
Or apparently, if you buy the Adaptec Ruby inserts, it's going to be 10 times better, and you're going to save so much money.
No, I don't think that's true.
I don't think it is either.
I don't think that's true.
Like, this stuff that's being sent to me for free is going to be the most expensive stuff that I own when it comes to glass.
Nice.
Like, this rig was $30 at not a gas station, but like at a small little smoke shop.
Right.
Like, I have a nectar collector and a big ass bong that used to be my partner's, and that's it. Like,
did you start with the nectar collector? Was that like your first piece? That's so crazy how that's like usually everybody's first introduction to like dab gear is the nectar collector.
That's 90% of people's first dab.
That's
the
awesome.
Nectar collector. It's always
I've been dabbing for like, I want to say like 7 or 8 years now, but like,
oh goddamn,
like I would say my first like owned piece was the nectar collector, but like when I first tried it, it was off of like some skinny ass tube piece that was being held together with duct tape and a big ass titanium nail with a glass dome on it, like back old sketchy dabbing days.
Back in the crackhead days, you know?
Oh,
yeah, where we really didn't know anything.
Yeah, no shit. Hot knifing.
RGB Glass in the chat says, my first dab was the titanium nail. Surprisingly, I've only used a Hector Collector 1X. Hector Collector.
Yeah, my first dab was a titanium nail too. My first own dab rig was an actual rig with a nail though. I've never owned an actual nectar collector. I don't think I've ever dabbed off one.
I still have mine. Like, I use it for like friends or like on the go.
Yeah, on the go, I can see it being all right.
Not everyone wants to like sit around and wait for a cold started dab, especially when you got like a group of people over and you're like hanging out. Like, not everyone wants to wait through that whole process.
That's why I like my e-nail. You just keep on loading that bitch up.
I started out doing reviews of like glass and stuff like that, and ended up getting a nectar collector, and I made a review video of it and posted it up on I was writing for Stuff Stoners Like at the time, and the real nectar collector saw that and hit me up and was like, how'd you like to review a real nectar collector and not one of these knockoffs? And I was like, send that shit over. And that kind of started like I started doing like a lot of reviews and stuff like that back then.
That's funny. He
but
actually
yeah,
got to
the
review
nectar-
a real one versus a knockoff.
Yeah, like Wasatch Glassworks
cool.
hits me up and they're like, we liked your video. Like, do you want to review the real one? It's like, yeah, please. So you got a 1 gram dab coming up here in the subreddit. It looked like user Mike Trout MVP 2020 ripped a pretty solid 1 grammer off of that's a pretty cool looking rig.
And the title was "I'm still coughing." ... 1 gram dab. Dabba the Hut.
Still.
You're up.
Yeah, next time I re-up, my actual the dispensary I go to, like my favorite dispensary in my area, is having their 6-year anniversary next year.
Ooh.
So like, or not next year, but next week. So like everything's on sale. Everything's reduced price. So like I figure that's going to be the perfect time for me to like really like I'm gonna pull off the full gram and just flex on the subreddit and all the people that talk shit.
You got to do that with us on post it to this Discord when you do it because everybody's gonna want to see it. And when you do, I can give you the 1 gram slammer roll that we have in our Discord.
How many people have that now? There was a lot of talk.
A handful of people.
There was an awful lot of talk.
There was a lot of talk when we introduced that role. I think we had 3 people in total get it so far, and one of those has been banned.
Oh no!
I am still the only one with the iron lung roll, meaning that I did not cough on my 1 gram dab.
Yeah, I don't know
how I won't get that. I'll cough, but
I cough
I was
like
surprised
a little bitch.
I'll probably use the big beaker I have still. Like I don't want to do a full gram out of this little one, but
just flood the bitch.
No, I've got a tall beaker, probably like a good 6, 7, 8 inches taller than this one. That'll fill the smoke easier.
There you go.
Excuse me. RGB is asking about the rules for that. You just have to take.
Dab?
Yeah.
As long as you dab it and like as long as you don't take 3 hits and then you're done with it, even though you put a gram in there. If you sit there and actually make a nice bottom ass attempt and you get 90% of the way through it, you're fine, bro.
He says that because he knows that's what I do. I get like 3 rips and I'm fucking good.
Just put the whole gram in there and like hit it for a second and then just go away. I did the 1 gram. That's not gonna fly.
Dude, we went.
We have to see it is the only thing, whether that's on a Reddit post or live.
Yeah.
In front of us.
No word.
Yeah.
I'll when I'm doing like a full gram, like I'll usually like I'll be hitting it and like as I'm hitting it, I'll be blowing it out through the nose.
Yeah.
But that's usually how I handle
burn.
a full gram. Oh yeah, the nose burn doesn't bother me anymore. I smoked cigarettes for 13 years, exhaling out of the nose. The dab.
So I never got into that for some reason. Like cigarettes, just never. Like I still smoke to this day, and like I don't like exhaling through my nose. And weed like makes my nose tingle and itch and feel all weird. Like when you blow it out through the nose,
it does have a tingle.
And then sometimes it makes my nose get all kind of clogged. Like so, I just don't. I don't fuck with that.
Hey Matthew,
is it time?
Do you see what we're doing?
I do.
It's dab time.
Oh, it's dab time.
It's dab time.
This episode of The Hot Box is brought to you by Gary's Glass Adventure. Go to garysglassadventure.com and check out his shop for any of your dabbing needs. Gary's Glass has quality German quartz and bangers of all sorts. They come in all sizes, 10, 14, and 18 millimeter. Also available are quality ruby pearls and rigs from a variety of artists. Again, that's garysglassadventure.com. Use promo code R/dabs710 to get 10% off your order. This episode is also brought to you by Sweet Piece of Glass. Spog is an amazing website with lots of great pieces and a large assortment of accessories from artists like Chappelle Glass, Unlimited Glass, and Glassmith. Quartz by Jake Miser and J Red Glass. There's almost nothing you can't find from Spog. Matt always takes care of his customers, and if you're in the Discord, he'll often give you a deal. So join the Discord and check out his shop to pick out your very own functional piece of art. He can be found at sweetpieceofglass.com and in the Discord.
Dabba over there, dragon breathing that shit.
That's hardcore. Hell yeah.
He wasn't kidding about that. Oof. Man. That one hit me. This ESB is fucking sick, dude. I'm still in love with it.
Hell yeah. Let's finish up from the subreddit. User Nuotrip posted about some CBD terp sauce and live resin from the Hemp Barn. The Electra sauce is super tasty. How do you guys feel about dabbing like hemp? You guys, I know Venter's like the hemp king over there.
Yeah, Venter's a D8 man over there.
Yeah.
I'm actually dabbing like 2 out of 3 of the same things that he has in that picture.
When are you not?
Oh, really?
I assume I can go through this and find any picture of hemp dabs, and that would apply.
And that's
to
just
you.
yours.
Oh, yes, I'm dabbing
That's Venter's picture.
4 out of the 5 in that one.
I got 2 of those jars like yesterday.
Is it pretty good? Like, if
It's damn good. Like, it's actually really tasty.
It looks really good. Like the picture. Hold on, let me bring it up. I'm not even fucking looking at it. Like a noob.
it looks nice, I mean,
Did you just hold it up to the video for me?
Yeah, I got my laptop here. My Chromebook. I always do
I mean,
the
yeah, it
the
does
show
look
on.
really, really nice. It looks terpy as fuck.
The that CBG, the live resin is actually like 70% CBG.
Nice.
70% CBG. Damn.
Now, is it so good because it's like decent quality dabs in a state that you may not get to see that kind of stuff? Like, if I was dabbing like THC stuff and like I ripped this stuff, would I feel satiated, or would I still be like, well, this is just like diet dabs basically?
I think that's like up to the user. It's also like a good way to fatten up dabs for cheap.
You make broad
Still
assumptions, please, and you
keep
do
it
it now.
You make broad assumptions and you do it now.
Yes, you will like it.
Did you just?
I enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What?
Have you ever dabbed real dabs?
Have you ever dabbed a real dab?
This
Do
guy.
you even dab, bro?
Guy.
Do you
What a
get that
dick.
meme? Dab is over there fucking coughing it up with that fucking what was it? The fucking wax pen? Or the
Oh, yeah.
you know what it is? God damn it! Yeah, nectar collector. Thing I never use.
We're gonna send you one next.
You're gonna make me do a 1 gram dab off a nectar collector?
Just a 1 gram line, just like
fuck. Just a 1 gram, like a line of coke.
ugh.
That sounds awful.
That'd be
You-
mean.
and you gotta nose
That'd be
dab
mean.
it.
I got a 14 gram of hemp BHO for $100. Mint says, "See, I could do a 14 gram dab for $100, guys. Let's do it."
You should.
It's definitely like a good way to flex without like breaking the bank, you know.
No shit, right? Like you're just slapping a hat, but it's only like $100.
I'm curious, like, from a psychological perspective, like, when did that become a thing? Like, is it because we had show and tell in school? It just seems
When did
like
what become a thing?
it's a weird thing that like overconsumption is like this thing that people are like, oh wow, that's badass. Like, I can eat
Flexing.
20 hits of acid and like still drive. Oh my god, that's badass. I could take 5 grams of dabs and like not cough or something. It just seems like a weird human thing that like all of the
It's just
we're
about
like,
being better.
but how is
People
that
are
better?
so
That's
obsessed.
Right. Like, how is that better?
when did that become better?
Because you have the perceived ability to waste that consumption, you know, like especially with stuff like weed, wax, alcohol, drugs, like all that kind of stuff. It's the fact that you have the ability or perceived ability to waste that consumption.
Right.
So you have more than the average person.
It
who
shows an
can't,
overabundance
waste
of
it. Yeah, it's just flexing. You're able to do a full gram dab and it doesn't affect you. Whereas if someone else who can't afford to just blow a full gram in one hit, you know?
right, yeah, okay. That just
That
seems
makes sense.
that
It's
still
that
seems
whole, haha, I have a bigger house and a better yard.
yeah, but like who
my dick's
cares?
bigger than your dick.
Well, the
Yep.
dick thing I understand, but like house, like who
Big thing I
cares?
understand.
No, just play it.
That's what you get, of
It's-
course.
That's what you get. I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing that we've been like programmed since like preschool to kind of do. Like, I don't know where you guys went to school, but we had show and tell, and it was always all about like, look at my shiny, and then like, okay, well,
is that not what America's about though?
Kinda is, huh? Just because we like,
I have more than you do. My stuff's better than yours, so that makes me better than you.
Right.
But does that just go
it's not
back
even
to
about
like
the work harder? It's just about what you have and what you're perceived to have.
Does that go back to us like leaving the UK or whatever it was called back then, and then just further proving that like, look, we can do it without a king and a queen or whatever the fuck, and we'll do it better.
Oh fuck no!
And check this out. We'll even elect. We'll like
maybe
let the
that's where
people.
we got it, man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we got it from.
That's
It's
crazy.
a white people thing. It's in our blood.
I do
I'm still
not
half
claim.
white, so I'm allowed to say that.
I do not claim these white people. I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. But it's no. I really think it's just a human trait to have more and have better than somebody else does. You know, and it's all about the coveting thy neighbor's bullshit and my stuff. If my stuff is better than your stuff, then that means I'm better than you. And I think that right there is just human.
It's whack. It's human whackness.
No, it really is. It's a bunch of bullshit.
It takes
but that mindset.
It takes tragedy to like get people out of that. Like right now in Oregon and Washington and California, you see all of the fires and you see people actually going out of their way to help people. You also, granted, see tweakers going in and like stealing pipes and copper from like abandoned houses or evacuated houses. But like you see
I've
neighbors
seen some videos
helping.
of people like fucking up with that. Like they try to grab copper out of some alive electrical shit and
They only do that once.
They become the hot dog on a stick.
Ooh. User Skinny But Jiggy says, happy Friday night, y'all. I was supposed to start today at my first dispensary job, but due to the fires, we had to close shop. So I start Monday instead. Hope everyone stays safe tonight. Cheers and much love.
Cheers.
I saw that video, and that dude, just like that kind of energy, just and like having his life interrupted so abruptly like that, but still having the energy to be that, positive and happy is exactly what I love to see in that subreddit.
Yeah. And I like to think that it's legitimate and they're not like hitting stop on the camera and then just crying themselves to sleep. Like I like in my world, I like to think that they stay positive. And that's what attracted me to the posts that you were putting up, because like your smile, and you kind of reminded me of Maui from Moana. I got a 4-year-old and we watch a lot of Moana, so I was like,
Maui?
I thought it was Maui.
Is it Maui?
Yeah, The Rock.
I think that sounds right.
The Rock's character.
It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson, whichever one that one is. Yeah, we get it. I think it is Maui, actually, now that I sound about it, yeah.
And then the Dabba the Hut, I thought was dope. So
but it's all about that vibe, though. Like, just because, like, the Hawaiian people are always these people that are just so chill about everything and not so, like, trying to build this big-ass city and get things done. They're just trying to fucking live, man. That's it. And that's what I love about you, is you have that energy of just, like, I don't, like, it's, dude, you do you, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm just fucking chilling.
So what a big part of it is I'm half Filipino, and the Philippines is, like, that's where my mom's from, and I've been there a couple times, and that's a third world country. And, like, the people there are still, like, so fucking happy and so fucking, like, nice and positive all the time. Like, in the face of having one of the worst leaders ever. And, like, it's just, a part of it is just appreciating what you really do have and being okay with what you have. And, like, that's not to say not striving to be better and do better.
Right.
But not like, oh, man, I'm overweight. Man, that really fucking sucks. Like, I'm not thinking like that. Like, I am what I am.
Shit because of this aspect. Like
no, like, it's never like, my life sucks because of this, my life sucks because of that. It's never anything like that. Like, it's always just being okay with where I'm at and, like, working to get better. But if I don't, like, that's fine.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's huge. The more you can stay stress-free, the better overall your life will end up.
Yeah, that's one of my issues. I'm working on it though. Dabs help.
Dabs definitely help.
Yeah, they
Dabs
definitely do.
help.
I like the post by keeping it SoCal, thanking Dabba for even showing them this sub. A lot of people I've noticed, I've been reading through comments and stuff, they know that the sub is there, obviously, if they're making posts, but then, like, in the comments, people are like, oh my god, there's a Discord for it? There's, like, it's pinned on the thing, but I guess, like, people maybe use Reddit the way I do, and you don't go to the individual subreddits. You just see what pops through your feed.
Yeah.
And so if you do that, you maybe don't see the pin messages. So, yeah. The more of us that can get in there, and this goes out to, like, the whole Discord here, like, the more of us that are on there making posts like this and shit, the more people will see it and will come and congregate in the Discord and just make it a better overall experience.
Keeping it SoCal just destroyed that glob too.
Yeah.
So heavy. You know, there was a time too when I commented on one of your posts, actually, Dabba, and I was like, you know, you should come check out the Discord, man. We chill out here, and you're like, nah, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. People are a little haters.
I remember that because, like, that was that was, like, right when I first started out, and, like, people were really aggressive about a lot of stuff on Reddit. So I was like, I don't know, like, I'll go from a bigger community of, you know, assholes to a smaller one.
Community of assholes.
But we're better assholes.
It did not, you know, like, I really enjoy being in there. Everyone's really cool. Everyone's really chill. And, like, the more people, like, just say fuck you to, like, the haters on Reddit, like, the more people just ignore that on Reddit, like, the less and less I've been seeing of it.
Yeah.
And the more videos I've been seeing, too.
The algorithm knows.
The algorithm knows.
It's like, I got you, fam.
There are definitely some people who are going to go unnamed that are not in the server anymore, but they're very elitist in their opinions, we shall say.
Yeah.
I mean,
I sell American glass, and, like, I can hate on China glass, but, like, you're going to use what you're going to use. And, like, as long as you're dabbing and, like, enjoying it, that's really all that fucking matters. Like,
yeah, it all gets high at the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, and I do have to say, the last, if you let the Keeping It SoCal video go to the end and just have it on the replay video screen, he looks like he's just high as a motherfucker at the end of that. Just like, it's hilarious.
I like the big Schmo posted some low temp, some Golden Lemon number 4 from my fluid timer rig I recently got. It's an interesting looking rig. I like the low pro style of it. It definitely looks like it was gonna maybe get another section for a mouthpiece, but then they were like, nah, dog, we're gonna keep it squatty.
Do you think so?
Maybe.
Or do you think that was intended?
I feel like a lot of art happens accidentally in the glass world, but it could go either way without actually, like, seeing the top of it. I mean, I don't even know if you could tell after you saw the top of it, but if there was, like, maybe some swirl markings in there, that it was going to open up into another chamber. But yeah, who knows? It's cool,
right?
though.
Maybe
I like it.
It is really cool, though. I like the profile of it. It was really, like, I've never seen a bong like that, or a rig like that, I should say. A 45, too. It looks like the water's, like, really, really up there. I don't know. That's weird. It's cool, though. I'd like to see the opal part on it on the back.
Yeah. Should drop a comment. Tell him flex that opal, bruh. Let's see
Flex it.
Flex that opal. In the news, 2020 gonna have some states voting on whether or not they should legalize cannabis again, which is awesome because these days, like, it's full legalization. You remember back in the day, states were just voting on whether or not to have, like, a medical program, and it almost, and I know not all of the states do, but it feels like pretty much all of the states have a medical program at this point. Which, again, not all of them do.
Definitely more have them than don't have them.
Yeah, we're over the majority.
Definitely true.
But yeah, so Arizona, it says 4 years ago, residents in the Grand Canyon state narrowly defeated an initiative to legalize rec cannabis. It failed by fewer than 67,100 votes, with 51.3% of voters saying no. The 2016 measure was hotly contested, attracting a combined $13 million from high-profile donors such as soap company Dr. Bronner's, which was in favor of the measure, and opponents such as billionaire casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, the tire retailer Discount Tire, and pharmaceutical company Insys. And again, like, you can't... Not all legalization is good legalization, if that makes sense. So I say good for them if it's a state that was offered up some like shady fucking version of legalization where like only a small handful of companies were going to make out like bandits in the whole thing. Like if that's the case, then yeah, vote that shit no. But
yeah,
if it's hard to like say where you draw that line, you know?
Like New York, that's such a weird. Well, I'm not sure about nowadays, but they used to have it to where like you couldn't actually burn or combust flour; you can vaporize it only.
Yeah, see, so, weird like, shit like that, but like
legal there, but you can't smoke a joint. Like that's so fucking weird to me.
Yeah, it's like, is it better than being a criminal for it in that aspect? I mean, if you're still a criminal, I think
they were banking on like the wax pens and shit, like. Because it's not like smoking a cigarette where it's like secondhand smoke, even though like there really is no, I don't want to say zero harm in weed secondhand smoke, but it's insanely less than tobacco. I think we all can agree on that at least.
Oh yeah.
But,
definitely.
But that's such a weird law to me. Like I think they could technically buy the flower, but they couldn't smoke it.
Yeah.
But that's like
how
you know exactly what they're gonna do. Oh really?
That's how it was in Michigan for a while.
See, I didn't know that.
Like, if you got caught smoking weed, you were way worse off than if you were caught having weed. And, you know, it was all part of like the way decriminalization was like.
Oh.
Like it was when decriminalization happened and the way the laws were like written. There was like you could have it, but you couldn't smoke it.
Well, that's how like they very first started prohibition by saying, well, yeah, you can do it if you have these tax stamps and you can get those tax stamps from us, but we're not currently printing any tax stamps. So sorry.
There were like 30 people or like 100 tax stamps ever done. And there was
so
like,
crazy.
I think I heard about like one person who actually had a tax stamp, but they're like some old person who like, I don't know. It was some weird shit, but it was like they never gave any of those fuckers out. So it was like nobody could legally smoke, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the game. Oldest trick in the book.
Even though they made it legal.
It says, for the most part, Proposition 207 is structured similarly to 2016's measure. It would allow adults 21 years or older to possess, consume, or transfer up to an ounce of cannabis and create a regulatory system for the product's cultivation and sale. Some key differences with the new measure include the addition of social equity provisions and criminal justice reforms, such as record expungement. According to estimates from industry publication Marijuana Business Daily, rec sales in Arizona could total $700 to $760 million by 2024.
Oh, yeah, because the fucking weed industry is just a
How's
giant
your
cash
economy? Crop. Well, do you need help? Legalize weed. New Jersey's next one on that list. It says when Governor Phil Murphy was elected in 2017, he vowed to deliver on a campaign trail promise to legalize cannabis. At the time, he told the New Jersey Star-Ledger that legalization could be a $300 million boon to state coffers, but that the biggest reason for legalization would be social justice purposes. Overhauling.
See, I'm surprised New Jersey's doing that. I felt like they're always kind of like a stickler on shit, especially like all that drug shit.
Yeah,
because they're still. I mean, obviously, they're still illegal completely to this day, aren't they? Like, not even medical.
That I'm not sure. It says
I don't think they're medical
either.
either.
Medical, no.
Legislative efforts to legalize failed to drum up enough support. Lawmakers ultimately decided to go another route and put the measure before voters. If approved, public question number 1 would legalize cannabis for adults 21 and older. The program will be regulated by the same commission that oversees New Jersey's medical cannabis businesses, and the recreational cannabis product would be subject to the state sales tax, which is about 6.625%. They say by initial estimates, New Jersey's recreational cannabis market could be hefty. Marijuana Business Daily pegs annual sales between 850 and 950 million by 2024.
Oh, God.
so much money in like each state could just completely be self-sufficient, fix all the roads, fix all the schools,
every road
like
ever.
literally pave and fix every road and buy school books from weed.
Especially with all these budget cuts and shit going around now, like you think they would be looking for anything just to fund everything. Shit.
Oh yeah.
But no. Weed is bad. You know, weed makes you
Weed's the
crash your
devil
cars
and
Reefer madness.
Reefer madness.
it's
remember
gonna make them attack our women and crash our cars. And weed is truly the devil. You know.
Weed is what drove me to rape. I promise.
do you remember
Exactly.
when they used
That's
to
what it
think
is.
that? I remember.
Dude, I don't think anybody wants to remember anymore. Like, can we just like forget about that and just pretend it never happened?
South Dakota remembers. They're next on the list.
South Dakota remembers.
This says usually
God.
states have legal medical cannabis programs in place before adopting recreational laws. South Dakota could enact medical and recreational programs at the same time. Voters in South Dakota will decide on Measure 26, which would establish a medical cannabis program and registration system for people with qualifying conditions, as well as on Amendment A, which would legalize cannabis for all adults and require state legislators to adopt medical cannabis and hemp laws. Good job, South Dakota. That'd be dope to see for them.
Right, yeah. Let's get more on the fucking ballot,
and then-
maybe we'll be able to defeat the feds finally.
My home state, Montana, they've got 2 ballot initiatives on this one. I-190 would allow adults in the state to possess, buy, and use cannabis for rec use. And then a separate initiative, CL-118, would establish 21 as the legal age to purchase, possess, and consume cannabis. Which seems dumb as shit. Like, why are you splitting your votes between, like, you gotta work together and funnel all the votes into one? Because now nobody's gonna win. You know, like, that's, this happened before,
is the
too.
right age?
I think 16 is a good age, just ballpark
16?
for weed. Medical, I'd say it's up to the parents. Any age.
I'd say medical, if a doctor finds it medically helpful or necessary, absolutely any age. Because I've seen shit like help at an extremely young age. For recreational use, I think 21 is a fair assumption.
No, I think that's too late.
And
I think 18.
I think 16 because Germany does 16 for alcohol as well, and they don't have the problem with it that we have here. I think if you let them do it younger and show them that it's like not that great and you're gonna wake up feeling like shit every day, I think they'll be more apt to not go overboard like kids do here when they turn 21 and just black the fuck out and then die. Like it's insane.
Yeah, that's like one of the most dangerous age for your young kids too. Driving is like the age of 21 because they're just learning how to drink really and learning to get a tolerance so they can have a beer and not be fucked up or learn not to drive at all when they're drinking, which is the best option for everybody.
And granted, I would take 21 over nothing at all. But I think 16 is the right age. But who knows?
I think I could completely agree with 18. I would have to see some like studies on 16 just because I feel like the brain needs to be a little bit more developed for weed. I don't want it to mess with anything in there. I have seen a few studies saying that if you do smoke before the brain is fully developed, it can hinder it.
I feel like that's overblown. But yeah.
But the thing is with like ages of like when it's okay to like legally smoke weed is like I have such a problem with putting it so high because when I was 16 and 17, me and my homie were walking around in the middle of the winter in our t-shirts so we would get a cold so we could go to Ready Care and we would get prescribed promethazine syrup.
Damn.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Syrup.
16, 17 years old.
Respect,
no fucking
bruh.
problem walking into that walking right into that Ready Care and getting that shit like that saying, I can't swallow pills. I'm sorry, they hurt my throat. Okay, here's your syrup, kid. Get
Listen
the
up,
fuck away
kids.
from us. No problem. And now you're saying that a kid can't smoke a bowl when he's 18 years old? Like,
you get a point. Okay.
Yeah, and 18.
If you can be prescribed such heavy shit at such young ages, like fucking Ritalin, Adderall,
definitely.
goddamn lean, Vicodin, Xanax, every goddamn hardcore pill you can think of, you can be prescribed at a young age. You can't smoke weed until you're 21 years old. That's a
They
little
give
harsh.
Suboxone to
Yeah.
kids, which is literally pharmaceutical grade meth.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Adderall is legit meth. It literally just says amphetamine salt.
Personally, I prefer the Adderall to the meth.
Personally, I prefer the Adderall.
It doesn't
to the
keep me
meth.
up for
little
multiple
more
days at a
high.
fucking time.
It's like diet meth. That's what Adderall
that's
is.
right. I like my weed real,
actually
and I like my
sciencey
meth
deal.
diet. You know, that's
I
all.
like my meth diet. Okay, it's that disclaimer time. Where's that at? These views are not the views of the Discord as a whole, and do not represent the Discord and are those of the individuals themselves.
Oh, I'll represent the
Diet
Discord.
meth represented by America.
America.
And then Mississippi was the last one on the list, possibly legalizing this year. They say that there are two competing measures to legalize cannabis for medical purposes. Initiative 65, which resulted from a citizen petition, which would allow physicians to recommend medical cannabis for patients with any of 22 qualifying conditions, like cancer, multiple sclerosis, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The constitutional amendment would establish a regulatory program for businesses to grow and sell medical cannabis and for the products to be taxed at a 7% rate. Taxing. Under Mississippi law, the legislature has the option to amend or draft an alternate measure, and that's what it did here via Initiative 65A. The competing measure requires medical products that are of pharmaceutical quality, limits the smoking of medical cannabis to people who are terminally ill, and leaves the future creation of rules and a regulatory framework up to the legislature. That doesn't sound very good at all, does it?
No, that sounds like people who like should be using heroin and shit. Like the people who like are dying, like, and there's nothing you can fucking do. Like, give them whatever the fuck they want. I mean, they're gonna fucking die and they're in pain and shit. But like saving weed for the terminally ill is a little harsh. Like, shit, I have to be dying in order to smoke a joint. Fuck.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Damn.
And they're saying $750 to $800 million by 2024.
They could
is
probably
what their medical
quadruple that if they just do the fucking
went full
real
rack.
medical or full rec. They would probably quintuple that shit.
Yeah. Talking
Full
about
rec has proved in every state to be the most profitable endeavor that any state has taken on in the past 5
for sure,
years.
creating jobs, fucking tax money, plus
And one of the
revenue
best
in the
things-
economy.
Tax,
Like,
oh my god.
come on.
The best thing that I think too is having the readily available clean medication, or even just product, as whatever you guys want to call it. But like just being able to go out there and have the options to go to 10 different dispensaries that all have at least half-ass decent bud.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
yeah.
fuck you up and kill you from smoking it from because you got it from.
Well, and that's not going to happen with the
Monte
weed,
down on
but
a
like
mile,
you
you
see
know?
that a lot with the extracts for sure. Having
Right.
the legal access to extracts, especially right now, like there's so much fake shit going on out there, like crazy
I didn't
record
even
high
know
numbers.
about that until Reddit. Like,
Dude.
I had
Right?
heard about it.
Dude,
Yeah.
shit's scary. Like you think like, okay, yeah, that's out there, but I don't ever have to worry about that shit. And then you're like, oh shit, like it's everywhere.
And
it's
then
not
you
just
worry.
like Colorado or some shit.
No, dog, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's messed up.
You know what's
You
gonna
really
be
gotta know your sources.
You know it's going to be everywhere soon. A lot of this campfire OG from all of these wildfires happening.
OG.
Barbecue
Campfire
Kush.
OG. Oh my god, that is the worst fucking joke I've ever heard you make on this podcast.
That's not a joke, fam. Wait till you smell some of these hot packs coming out this
Mesquite
month.
smoked cannabis.
This is mesquite, dog.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
God. You know we're gonna get sued now, right?
Nobody
Half
can
it's gonna
sue
be
us.
for that.
decarb before it even gets to you.
Decarb before it gets to
I
you.
like it.
Applewood smoked.
If you thought gender reveal parties were lit, wait till you get a load of this campfire mesquite OG. It's a boy, baby.
Oh, that baby's
Um,
forever just gonna
but-
be cursed for the rest of his life.
All jokes aside, there is a pretty big situation of farmers losing their properties, getting burned. I know a couple people out here just personally that like lost their whole farm, just burned to the fucking ground.
Yeah, shit's real out there. Quick question though, just had a random thought. Could the baby identify as a fire?
The baby could. Who are you to assume what that baby identifies as?
I'm sorry.
That baby is gonna be viewed as the Antichrist by every religion
For real,
the
dude.
next 20 years.
It
Like-
makes so much sense.
Life isn't hard enough. Your parents started a giant fire that burned the whole West Coast.
By the way, you're the Antichrist. That's
That's
terrible.
how like every Antichrist movie starts.
Right? Gender
Like
reveal.
a giant
Tarantino when he-
disaster and a baby being born.
Yo.
Like that's gonna be a movie.
It's The
Like,
Omen.
that's definitely gonna be a
You,
movie.
you need to trademark that shit right now before somebody sees this and makes that shit so you can make something off it, because that will 100% be a fucking movie. In like 5 or 10 years from now, this movie's going to come out. I guarantee you. Matt Damon's probably going to star in it too.
It'll be campy.
It's gonna be some baby being born with a big ass fire around him that burns down half of the West Coast. And it's gonna flash forward into like 10 years, 15 years, where he starts having all the signs of being the fucking Antichrist. He's gonna be,
starts
why is this
like,
happening to me?
Fires.
Well, son, 20 years ago. It says we've already broken the record for most acres burned in history, and we haven't even gotten to the worst part of the season. I think this is the new norm. Fires are just a way of life at this point. That's David Nahira, a marijuana cultivation consultant and farmer in Mendocino County, California. Scientists, for their part, say climate change plays a role in the extreme weather patterns, including the West Coast fires and the huge temperature swing that unleashed snowfall and a sudden cold snap in Colorado that may have destroyed millions of dollars worth of outdoor weed and hemp. On the West Coast, cannabis industry insiders say the true toll of the fires is undetermined, both on the financial end for growers and potential impacts for the rest of the cannabis supply chain. That's in part because fire season is ongoing. Most outdoor farmers have yet to discover whether their crops will still be able to pass mandated state testing as a result of potential contamination from smoke, ash, fire retardant, and other things.
Even if their shit didn't get completely burnt, it's going to get fucking covered in ash, most likely, like everything else in the entire state.
You know what?
Dude, the crops are gonna be gone.
PM mold
it's
is
just
down
gonna be
this year. PM mold is way down this year because of all of the sulfur getting. I'm glad I'm not a
no mold
grower.
this year, that's for damn sure.
I'm so glad I'm
God.
not a grower this year. Or any year for that
So
matter.
depressing.
Yeah. A lot of farms are completely destroyed. A lot of our friends have lost everything down here, they say, adding that they were not sure if the Tequila-based East Fork cultivars had burned down or escaped the flames. Everyone's evacuated. The Oregonian reported that roughly 20% of the state's licensed marijuana companies, or 408 businesses, are located in areas that are being evacuated because of the fires. So,
God.
And then
Dude, I seen a
California,
Reddit post, it
same.
legit looked like you guys seen the movie This Is the End? That's
Mhm.
exactly what it
Yeah.
fucking looked like.
Yeah.
Like legit.
It's
It
depressing,
was
bro.
I think
That's
that was
messed up.
actually photoshopped from the movie poster. This is the end.
fuck you. Fuck you. Shut up.
Also, Washington State, Greenlink International's campus is in the central part of the state, home to 6 licensed marijuana cultivators and manufacturers, was nearly burned to the ground after winds sparked a dust storm and helped nearby wildfires grow even larger.
Damn.
So, be safe out there, y'all.
Yeah, be safe.
Yeah, the skies out here are looking pretty dim. Like it's
Yeah, I
That's
had
messed up.
my
It should not be dark out there.
no,
Like
my
I'm in Michigan and it's bright. Like, and I'm
No.
on the East Coast compared to you guys.
nope. It's 2 p.m. and it's still
It's 2 p.m. and it
Look-
looks like dusk.
yeah. It still looks like it's 8-9 a.m. You
Wow.
know, it's dim.
it's spicy.
It's nice.
Washington State is setting up a marijuana odor task force. Is that a thing?
God.
To
Marijuana
tackle,
odor task force.
they say that they need it because they're having some issues there.
With
They're
everything
seeking
fucking reeked like skunk.
They're seeking an outside expert to advise regulators on the possible impact of cannabis odors on human health.
Cannabis odors on human. What the hell is that gonna do?
Well,
What?
I'm
I
glad
smell
you
like
asked.
weed all the time. What does that mean?
It means that
What does it mean?
certain people have this genetic marker in their DNA that, when exposed to the smell of marijuana, turns them into a raging Karen. And so we need a task force to protect
Hey,
people
Matt.
Jesus Christ.
from these Karens.
Hey Matt, when you post this video on YouTube, can you make sure to turn comments off?
I'll redirect comments to Grand's email address.
I will burn your house to the ground.
Theo, you may not have to. The odors, the odor task.
Oh no!
The odor task force creation comes at a time when Washington cannabis businesses already are chafing under heavy regulations, and many are unlikely to welcome more. So they say that there are certainly grows that are being very unprofessional and not taking care of their odor. But
Yeah,
Karen,
I mean, what are you gonna do with an outdoor grow though?
you put carbon scrubbers on.
Just the sky.
Just
put it on the sky.
Stupid.
The
Just don't
atmosphere.
live near a grow.
Yeah.
That's probably like the easiest way to deal with their fucking issue right there.
Fucking
is to
Dabba
just-
blowing minds out here.
Dabba laying it down.
Love it.
Nobody thought of it ever.
Karen added that the industry has enemies, contending that some people are using smells from cannabis farms to tie up companies in costly lawsuits. Damn. It remains to be seen if regulators in other states will take up a plan similar to Washington state's. Let's hope not. But Wagon Swaler said they would like to see the commissions make decisions based on science and not reefer madness backlash. Oh, that
This
would
is
be...
just proof that anybody will sue over anything.
Oh, for real.
Dude, your place smells like pot. I want to get my car fixed and it just reeks of marijuana. I'm suing you. Fucking what?
That's how most of these raids happen, man. The neighbors smell the weed and you're not friends with the neighbors, and next thing you know, you got the feds coming through your front door. Whack. We'll
That's
wrap
what
this
happens
up
the
with...
time where I'll leave you the hell alone and you leave me the hell alone.
Right. We'll wrap this up with a search and seizure in Glasgow, Kentucky. A Glasgow man behind bars after authorities located marijuana and paraphernalia in his possession. On September 10th, the Barron River Drug Task Force and the Glasgow Police Department pulled over 21-year-old Harris of Glasgow on Veterans Outer Loop. Authorities say Harris admitted that he had just picked up a package at the post office which contained weed and weed accessories. According to officials, the package contained processed marijuana, THC gummy, edibles, vapes, and marijuana wax weighing 40 pounds. That was a big
Holy
package.
fuck.
Dog.
Can we make a meme that just says marijuana and marijuana accessories that has Hank Hill on it?
I'm sure
Please.
there's one out there.
We need to make that a thing. Like, if
Officials,
it's not already a thing.
it's a
But
thing.
this guy's country is shit. On his cooler it says, "You'll be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey," which is a quote from a country song.
Nice.
And he has all of his looks like cartridges in there.
All his ducks in a row.
And
Officials,
there's a lot of bags of concentrate.
they found 6.5 pounds of processed weed, 2,300 gummies, 550 wax canisters, 480 vape carts, and a bunch of cash. Street value approximately 150,000? Yeah, 1,000.
150,000, I believe that.
Yeah.
500 wax canisters. What do you think those are? Half grams or full grams? They look like halves.
Yeah, probably halves. They
So
keep
that'd be
the
like
full grams for
250
themselves.
grams-ish. That's still a good amount.
Damn. Kentucky just holding it down. Kentucky boy.
Kentucky getting down with it.
All right. Well, hey, Dabba, thanks for joining us. Definitely look
Yeah,
forward
thank you very
to
much.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It was fun. I liked it.
look forward to
Yeah,
your
when your
YouTube
YouTube thing
videos.
comes out, make sure you post it on here. I want to see it.
No, definitely. My editor just like right before this, he sent me the finished video. Like it's a little choppy because of how I had to film it, but like it's still like it'll still be posted by like the end of the weekend.
Perfect.
I'm still waiting for our last week's video to come back from our editor. doubling up on him today. Hotbox.earth, check out the website and make sure you're subscribed in iTunes, or we're on Stitcher, Spotify, pretty much wherever you catch your podcasts at.
For a little update for you guys listening right now, and for those of you who are going to watch the YouTube, next week's show, we are going to have a new person coming on from a new streamers community, from a new partner that we're going to have called 420 Gaming. Moofins from 420 Gaming is going to come hang out with us and do some reactions just like Dabba the Hut here. He's a real cool guy, and you can check him out on his links in his partner channel, and they'll be coming up soon.
Hell yeah. We'll see you guys throughout the week. Definitely make sure you're subscribed to the subreddit, and we'll see you in the Discord here. Have a great day.
Dab on, guys. See ya.
Peace.